First of all, I designed the top banner. First of all, I have to tell you what I'm doing. Activity holidays in a chalet in Chamonix in France. So I've got a picture of a chalet from the internet, and a picture of a skier, which is clip art, which I took the colour from and put a green colour overlay from, and then I selected all the greens from the skier to use as my colour scheme throughout the site. I chose the name Chalet Vallon, which is kind of a bit of my name, and also it means valley, and it's in the Chamonix Valley, so it was kind of play on words. For the buttons, I made those in Photoshop and sliced them in image ready and created overstays in image ready.
And the buttons actually being made in Photoshop then?
Yes.
Did you actually create those from scratch?
Yes.
Right. And you did all the square and the curve and everything else on it?
Yeah.
Right. I thought they were flash buttons at first.
No.
Yeah, well done.
And when you roll over, it goes yellow, which represents the sunshine. And also there's alternative text on the buttons saying jump to whatever page. Collage on my front page is a mountain bike, mountain climbing, kayaking, snowboarding, rock climbing, sledging, wide river rafting, skiing, all-terrain vehicle, rock climbing. And that's kind of to reflect all the activities that are on offer.
So these are images you put together as a collage in Photoshop again?
Yeah, the images were all like grayscale drawings. And I put a green colour overlay on to make them all the same, and then laid them out on the green background. And then for the text, because I wanted a stylish text for the front, I found that font on the internet. It's called Chancery Cursive. And then my buttons at the bottom, I know it's not very clear, but they turn yellow like the top ones. I just wanted to keep it consistent, and they're not as important. This is just a secondary navigation bar. And I style these in CSS. So this is the layout that I decided I was going to have for all the pages, with a faded background image and 6 images reflecting the nature of the actual page. This is about the company, what services they provide, and that background is of an area where the chalet is situated. Now I've decided, because all the images have different colours on and they're a bit clashing, and I didn't want them all to clash, I decided to put, I took the colour out of those as well and put colour overlay on, and to make them all look the same, and that also introduced interactivity, so that when you roll over them you can see different people and different activities. And I've also added alternative text to all the pictures. I've styled all the images with the border and spacing in CSS, and I've styled the headings and the text with CSS so that they're all consistent throughout the site. I've used a different background image for each page. This is like food and wine of the chalet page. And then I've got some images of the chalet and the view from the chalet, because I've talked about the outstanding views. And I've also included a page about Chamonix itself, just a little bit of information. That's the Chamonix Valley. And then I've included some views of various parts of Chamonix. For the activities page, as you can see, I've used action shots here from images. give a sense of the excitement from nature. And I've also created a bullet from my skier down here. And then the contact page, because I couldn't think what images I would put on there, except that I couldn't think any images would be suitable. I decided to use the collage again and gave contact information, but to use up more of the space I've made a form, a submission form, which you can enter details and submit. It doesn't work, but it's there for that reason. So, anyway, first of all, I made my own page first, and I made a template from it, and then when I created my second page, I realised that these pages are all going to be like this one, and I didn't want to go through it to make them all every time. So I made another template, a nested template, which I looked on Dreamweaver Help and said you can nest templates. So I tried that and it worked, so that were alright. Then when I got to the Contact Us page, I tried to make that from the first template. But when I tried to put, because I'd used a faded image of the background, more faded than the first page, it wouldn't let me put it in. It said something about the code being locked. So I didn't want to mess up the site, so after I'd made my own page, I saved a copy as an index HTML as well, separately. So I created this Contact Us page from that, and then I linked it to the style sheet so that it were all styled the same. And that's...
Going back to your pages, the ones with the images on, did the images actually link to something?
Sorry?
When you hover over the images, can you actually click on the images?
No, it's just rolling over.
Just can you kind of talk us through those in terms of kind of what's your impact level, as you mentioned, is your kind of background, and your choice of colours are quite evident as you kind of go through, and that's been kind of implemented really well for your use of CSS.
Yeah, that's really thorough.
It is
really thorough. It's clear, you know, exactly the process there. I don't really have any questions, to be honest, which is unusual.
I think it's really, your impact level, as I say, is the main thing. It's really kind of evident through your use of your background colours, your choice of colours which follow out through each individual page. Your accessibility, as you said, is mentioned there in terms of your navigation. I'm also presuming you've got accessibility underneath the activities holiday image as well. You've got something underneath there. Is that text now on your home page, or is it a graphic? If you go back to your main home page, that activities holiday chalet.
That's I put that as text. I did that in Photoshop. I did a collage and then I put the text over.
So I presume that's got an alt text underneath it as well.
No, I didn't know whether.
Yeah, be careful on that one to put an alt text underneath that one, so at least somebody knows what the website's called as well. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's not, that's a tiny point though, it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's
So,
minor,
yeah.
minor.
Okay.
Other than that, that's great. Really well put together.
Yeah.
All good.
Thank you.